So, hello everyone, and welcome to Rounding Corners, The Taste of Salt. I am your Galaxy Master, the Best Frog. We have here with me Arnold, who is played by our friend Sid. Hello. We got Follow, played by Chase. And we've got Hawthorne, played by the one and only Pandaman.
Yo, what's up?
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the campaign Rounding Corners, The Taste of Salt. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, first and foremost, allow me to give you all a little introduction into where we are. We descend upon a very, very special planet. Within the Deshu Galaxy, within the jurisdiction of both Ornates and Vagrants, the planet Sout, a planet radius of 2,000 to 3,000 miles. Sout is a planet covered with mostly water, 90%, and has islands scattered far and wide. The number of islands changes due to the tsunamis and the weather conditions here. Islands here that are not in danger, such as New Rest City, a population of over 8 million, a size over 300 to 400 square miles of artificially built island. New Rest City is populated primarily by vagrants, humans, and ornates, as can be seen. And as we descend, we see the metal workings of the city. The salt factory at work. We go by the many stores in different places, cars honking to get by, trying to get to their own locations. Everyone has their own business here in New Rest City. But even at night, even at the beginning of the day, we have a place that's bustling and full of energy. But how much of that energy is the kind of energy we want to see? As we make our way through the city, we zoom in, and we come to a very special little apartment. Two very large individuals. Elias, would you mind introducing your character?
Said, but that's because his shell makes the majority of the bed, as he is a reptilian with his wife Lana, which they're spending.
As you say that, you hear the your alarm. A very annoying but effective alarm. Also, she does remain asleep. You hear her rustle under the blanket a little bit, but as she doesn't need to get up nearly as early as you do, she is still asleep in bed. I will also, real quick, the final version of your character art I have just put into VC Camp, Elias. Yes.
Wonder if
Mm-hmm.
my fingers will let me work. That's
Yeah. Zeppelin will be very happy to hear that. Speaking of which, keep for everyone to know, our character arts that you see in the recording is done by Zeppelin X, except for Chase's, which was done by Custard Chan on TikTok, I believe. Um, just we, uh, just so you all know. All right. So you wait. How does Elias start his day? What does he do?
well. He does a bit of a mile run around the apartment
Mm-hmm.
just to get his blood flowing. Come in, does calisthenics and cardio.
Mm-hmm.
Then once he's all good and warmed up, he hops in the shower, scrubs his shell, and uses shampoo. Even though there's nothing up there anymore. Years of civil service, so
Shampoo and conditioner.
yes.
Um,
And he's one of those weird where it's 2 in 1. So yeah, you could see he's He's really wishing his hair was back.
I get you. I get you. So the apartment complex that you're at, better than bad apartments. It's not a bad place. It's one of the better places you can get on a cop's salary.
Yeah.
So yeah, you take a little run around. You take a run around the apartment. You know, a few people actually say hello. You know, wave at you. They recognize you.
hmm Yeah, I say hi back. Some of them I kind of remember from previous cases.
Uh, I'll actually say you do see somebody who waves at you as you're about halfway through your run. She's her name is Celine. Um, let me check something real quick. Let me see. Let me see. Oh dear. Hold on. A little bit of information I didn't quite have. Okay. Um, you see Celine, another reptilian, who owns a little store called Celine's Little Pies. They sell deep dish pizza, from what you know. Celine says hello. Oh, say, her English isn't the best. You do that is one thing to know. Hello, Mr. Hawthorne. How are you today?
Doing good, Celine. How are you?
I am doing uh, the wonderful. I'm doing the wonderful. It I have my little pies. People have been buying them too much. Um have you Darcy was running by here very soon. Uh did you see Darcy? Darcy is her daughter.
Mm, not. I have not seen Darcy as of today, but I will keep an eye out.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Your wonderful wife help her so much with um um language understanding.
Well, I'll let her know that you said that.
Slim's very kind smile, like taps like your arm a little bit. He's like such a good boy, and continues her way towards her shop.
Well, I think Hawthorne, finishes his day out with a shower and brushes his beak and then eats his protein grains and corn nut cereal, then gets into his uniform, ready to start his day as, Officer Hawthorne, just as his wife is waking up to get ready for her school job.
Yes, speaking of your wife, as you're preparing, you see Lana currently in the kitchen preparing some food. You hear the delicious smell of just some classic eggs and bacon that she's preparing. Nice healthy meal. Um, with a glass of orange juice, which you guys usually have water or like so she seems to be a little bit special uh, that she's giving you orange juice instead of water today.
Mm. Thank you, dear.
Say, mm-hmm. Say, of course. Did you have a good run, Eli? Say, oh, yes, yes. Such a sweet little Darcy. I remember when she first came to the school. Did you see Darcy on your way on your run? Hmm. Well, I'll likely see her at school today unless she's decided to play hooky again. She's a wonderful student, but she tends to be a little bit more rambunctious than the others. Are the eggs to your liking? Uh, Actually, let me check something. The eggs are a little bit soggy, like a little bit wet, not fully cooked. But it's up to you if you want to point that out. uh, yeah, the two of you. She says, "Oh, by the way, you'll be. I was thinking perhaps if you're free this weekend, we could go out and do something. We don't get the chance to enjoy ourselves nearly as much as we usually used to. She smiles. It says, "I love you, Eli," and gives you a big old hug. For anyone wondering what she looks like, Lana is a very large peste vagrant, a octopi type. Um, Very large octopus lady, pretty much. um, Very light blue tone to her skin. Partially see, she's at the moment she would be wearing like a little just a normal like dress, like dated like a normal dress that you would like see like casual. But she's also wearing a little cute little apron over that at the moment. Um, she eats her food next to you. She says, "Well, when you get back, I did hear. I don't know if for sure, but there was there anything in the news about the weather? Um, did you pick up a paper or?"
Uh, I I forgot to pick up a paper, but I did hear on my morning news radio channel while running. Um, you know,
Uh,
whatever the weather is.
I'll say because you checked your your morning like news in the morning. You know that it's not scheduled for there to be a dip today, but there might be. It's possible. You don't know for sure.
There's a possible dip happening today, but I don't think it's going to be a big one.
Hmm. She says, "All right, all right. I'll make sure to plan for that. If there is a dip, make sure you take care of yourself. I'll probably be staying at the school."
And I'll probably come home late then from
Mhm.
the station.
Understood. No worries. Um, is there anything else you'd like to do before you head off to work? Um, I will say, could you, the first roll of the night, could you real quick roll me a memory check? Mm-hmm. Memory moments. VC camp. Right in here. Mm-hmm. 22. Yeah, you. Oh, and that's go ahead and put on your like character sheet or somewhere that you have a star point because you run with that, so you get a star point for that. Um, so you as you get in your police cruiser and as you're heading to work, some of the events of yesterday pop into your mind, and you remember that you have a new partner today. um. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So as you're heading off though, the local news. But speaking, oh, uh, so you, as you're driving off into the distance, we zoom out and head to a different place. Speaking of the news, we come over to a new location as we go to a building that's looks to not be made of like necessarily the same like metal of a lot of the buildings next to it. A lot more brick and mortar, though there does seem to be a plating of metal over certain parts. We go in, the hustle and bustle of people just talking. It's like, I need this paper, I need that. Come on, can we set that up? All right, I got this thing. The family's not willing to talk about this, but we a lot of different news, people talking about a lot of different things. As we go into the building of Waterproof Papers, the one and only news company that gives their reports on actual paper, waterproof though it is. And as we go through, we find ourselves at the desk of the one and only Arnold. Sid, would you please introduce your character?
Um, Arnold is sitting at his desk. It's a very small desk. They didn't give him a full size one. Um, and he's very sluggishly trying to type in some Excel sheets from the other day because he stayed up watching anime all night. He goes to drink his coffee and accidentally spills it in his lap. He's like, ah!
You do this.
God, that's hot.
You hear a voice, an angelic voice from behind you. He's like, "Oh, Arnold, are you okay?" It is
Sure,
Grace.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I was just
You were polishing your pants with coffee. I'm doing fine, Arnold. As we see, Grace Anderson, one of the people who works, one of the editors who works at Waterproof Papers. She is an ornate. I have an image of her. Her final art isn't yet done, but oh wait, no, I don't have an image of her. Well, she's got a very
this
spick
is
and
Arnold's
span.
crush, right?
Yes, this is the girl that he likes. She's got like this kind of like suit and tie type of look, very professional looking woman. But she also like has a pair of earrings on. Like there's that kind of like, I'm dressing nicely for work, but I know I'm still I'm enjoyable to be around kind of individual. She's not very hard on the rules necessarily. She's got a pair of glasses on. She adjusts slightly and gives you a pleasant smile before. Well, you have fun with that. I have to take these papers in. I'm pretty sure Mr. Charleston did want to talk to you about your new assignment.
Arnold's leaning on the cubicle, and he accidentally leans on it too much, and it like pushes it back out of place. He slightly stumbles. He's like, "Oh, yeah, tell him I'll be right there. Bye, Grace. Have a lovely day."
Oh.
She when you say she's like, what was that?
Oh, I said that I'm going to
Okay.
Charleston's office. So we'll see you later.
She nods and heads off her own direction.
I'm already.
He nervously looks down and hurries and walks briskly away from her before he embarrasses himself some more. And then he trips over a pen and he looks back. See if she saw him.
I'll roll for it. So that's unfortunately that's a 13, I believe. So she looks in the direction, but you're all she sees is you get up, so she doesn't know for sure what happened. Mm-hmm. That's 1 second. Your time's up.
Give me like 10,000 seconds.
Oh.
Oh, that's not the right thing. Hold on.
Let me see. What'd you send?
I didn't send anything.
Oh.
Here we go.
All right. Oh shoot! Right.
Arnold,
Go ahead.
When he notices she saw him getting up, and he's like, "I have to do that," and he says it like really loud. And then
everyone turns to him. Everyone looks at him for a moment before going about their business. So Sarah's in the VC camp. Yes, you do see. You know where Charleston's like office is. It's kind of like in a corner. It's got the blinds down, like the blinds down, but it has like a glass. It's like those office with the glass windows around it, but it's got the blinds down currently. Uh, if you're roll me, is there anything like just anything in particular, or just like a general? Just do you want to walk? Are you walking into the office? Okay, okay, cool. So like, go ahead and roll me perception or investigation. Depending on which one you roll, will change what you may or may not pick up on. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, 15.
15? Ooh, cool. You make sure to check when you make your rolls if you got a 10 or a 1. If you did, then make sure you add a star point to it. Then you on your sheet you can add that you have a star point. You have 1 star point. Cool. Yeah, you look around like the different, like it's more like a cubicle kind of thing. Like there's the only individual office for the most part on this floor is Charleston's office. But you look around a bit, you see you see one person reporting on big opening for there's like this new there might be a new CEO. I will say you see a piece of paper on a report regarding the CEO of the New Rest City Bank. You do see a little paper that says something about it, but it's not like a complete one. It says it's like the title's just New Rest City, New Rest Bank, New Rest CEO, and just a couple like just footnotes regarding like possible things to look at as you like kind of just glance at somebody else's report, but you see it.
Is it in their hands?
They yes, at the moment it is. They are holding it and like looking at something and like writing some stuff down.
Arnold tries to do this really cool thing, but it's cringy. He's like, "Ha, I heard about that." It's like this really dorky smirk.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, you say this. The guy like, are you still walking when you do that? Like, do you stop or do you keep walking? So the guy,
he's still walking.
The guy turns and doesn't see anyone there, huh? Okay.
All right. At Charleston's office yet?
You get office, I think, at this point. You can, even through the blinds, you can kind of see he's at his desk, like, on the phone. And you can hear his voice, too, there. Like, it's just like, he's a loud guy. It's like, if you don't get too many pictures of this guy, you're never coming back to this office again! You hear a loud thud as he just slams a phone down on the receiver.
Is there like a cracked blind where I can see into the office?
I'd say you can kind of peek in. There's not like a cracked blind, but actually, you know what? I'm going to say that there is a cracked blind that has likely been caused by like something getting thrown at somebody and hitting the blind instead.
Arnold's gonna look into the office at first, and then he's gonna close his eyes and go. And then he's gonna grab the doorknob and pause for a second, and then he's gonna walk in and he's like, "Mr. Charleston, good morning, sir."
You see your boss, Mr. Chuck Channing Charleston, the boss and CEO of the one and only Waterproof Papers in VC Camp. You guys have seen what he looks like, but he is a sperm whale vagrant. He's got a nice collared t-shirt with a like red and yellow tie that is It's like got a little clip thing to keep it straight. He's wearing a pair of khakis, and he's got a big cigar in his mouth. He looks to you, goes, "Oh," pulls a cigar out. He's like, "All right, why didn't you tell me?" Tell me, what's so good about this particular morning? That was a rhetorical question, Mr. Baker. Look, we've got a number of problems that we have to deal with. People aren't buying waterproof papers nearly as much as they used to. And do you want to know why? Why don't you take a seat, Arnold? Mm-hmm. No. Who do you know that? No. Arnold, let me tell you why we're not selling papers like we used to. He pulls out a paper, slams it on the desk. You see this? And he says, "You see this? Let me read this headline that was put on the front page without my knowledge, so which shouldn't be happening in the first place." Recently, the marriage between a couple of cockroaches has recently gone into a different state. Affair? Is it happening in the sewers or above ground as it should? Now, tell me what's wrong with that front page headline, Arnold. No one gets up in the morning, Arnold, to read about whether or not a couple of cockroaches are screwing or not. That may be. I know. Okay, admittedly, I know that the cockroaches really have a whole thing about romance. It's endearing. Don't get me wrong, but we're a paper, for gosh sakes. We're not here for endearing. We're here to sell papers, drama. That's what we want. If either of these cockroaches happen to be a major representative, fantastic. The mayor of a new a new city, again, wonderful. But these are a couple of civil servants. Not necessarily. You're missing the point, Arnold. Look, right now you are in a position to really help waterproof papers. You understand that? I talked with the chief of Precinct 85, and I remember you encountered them yesterday. You're going to be shadowing a couple of cops. That's wonderful. That's what we're looking for. Any dirt that you can dig on those cops is what we want. Or on anyone, frankly. You're not instilling me with a lot of confidence here, Arnold, but I'm going to take your word on it. Understand that if this doesn't go well, if we don't get a decent, good front page soon, you're off. You're going back in the 1 second. He pulls out a little drawer, takes out a little bottle of pills, shakes it up like. All right. Arnold, if we don't have a decent front page headline soon, I'm going to have to start putting reporters back in the editorial section. And I know you don't like it back there, but that might be where you need to go. All right? You're good at writing stories, but you got to find a decent one. I can't do that. I own the company. Look. Just worry about this city for now. All right. He sits. He relaxes in a chair for a moment. Before going, well, what are you still doing here? Don't you have to meet up with them early in the morning? Awesome. Does Arnold is very soon after you leave, you can hear Charleston again yelling at somebody on the phone almost immediately after. So Arnold, I'm assuming you're gonna go to your bicycle and head off to Precinct 85. It's good that you're getting in the water because I'm about to send you guys real quick the map that we have, and location-wise, Waterproof Papers is so far away from Precinct 85 right now. Let me see. So let me just send this in VC Camp, the map for you guys to kind of just use, that we have at the moment. Oh wait, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Let's see, Waterproof Papers. All right, there we go. So here's your current map in VC Camp. So look how far Waterproof Papers is from Precinct 85. You're on the opposite side of the island, bro. You're basically going to have to sprint bike to get there in time, Arnold. Actually, if you'd like, Arnold, would you like to roll me real quick an athletics check? Oh, man. While you're rolling that, let me take my thermal off. Don't know why I'm wearing a thermal in this weather. What'd you get? A 12 total? Gotcha. We'll see the results of that in just a bit. Follow. Oh no. Don't you have a minus to your athletics? 13. Let me see. Let me check your stuff. For anyone watching the recording, keep in mind this isn't like edited or anything, so there's gonna be times where we need to like look at stuff, just so you guys know. Arnold V1. Your athletics is a +1. So 13? Gotcha. So, yeah, you make it 13. You are biking from one end of an island to another. Technically a city, but still. Well, with that, let's go to the next bit of music. All right. So, you know what? Hold on. No, I can't. Let me grab that. Setting up the next thing. So as you begin biking, we make our way away from the good old Waterproof Papers, and we zoom out once again. We see the city, the lights of the city. People are waking up for the day. It's always bustling here in New West City, but it's even bustling more. And we descend upon a different loot location, down to Ricardo's Bed and Breakfasts, where we go. It's more of a motel than it is a hotel, but it's a nice, quaint little place. It's we zoom in, we see people are, some people are getting up. It's like, all right, Ma, I'm heading off to work. Don't do anything. Don't mess up anything. All right, I'm gonna get a guy to fix the washer. It's like, all right, you better. People are getting up, doing their stuff, and one person is eating their breakfast, or likely getting breakfast. Who knows? Maybe they're not. But Chase, what is Follow doing on this fine morning? Yes, you get a free breakfast. got they've got what does he get? They've got the pancakes. They've got a little Belgian waffle maker that it's special. Like the waffle maker actually is special because it makes the shape of the little waffle things look like cogs. They've got like cereals, different things. What, Panda? You've got a little smorgasbord of things that, like,
Yep.
there's the slice of bacon, a little bit of ham. Today was ham day. They did ham. They don't always do it here, apparently. This is probably only your second night here, though. So, but yeah, you're getting something to eat. Go ahead and introduce Follow for us. Introduce him, describe him. What does he look like and all? Mm-hmm.
So they had to move him over to this city for reasons, and he is also the new partner for Elias. Sorry. So that's what they were talking about when he has a new partner. Follow is his partner. He's not a human. He is a dog person. His thing, like that.
Yep.
Currently, he's looking at the paper in probably the area of like, for looking for like new residence areas.
Yeah.
He's looking in that place for like in the paper, as he is like just picking up random things with his hands, not even looking, and just putting in his mouth.
Gotcha. Yeah, you've got like probably like a strawberry in your mouth at this point, and and it's a really big strawberry because, of course, hydro grown. I can't remember what the name of that is, but yeah, it's like strawberries like grown in water instead of like earth. You get let's see. So yeah, you're just looking at the paper, just reading through it right now.
Yeah, he's just flipping the pages. He might get sidetracked once in a while in the little puzzle kind of thing that's in like the little side. It probably lasts a few months back.
You see like, a little roll around a couple of cockroaches.
He reads it.
You read the story. Apparently, there were two cockroaches who had gotten together, but their families had fully been against the marriage because they was from a different family. The Raviolis and the Garcones had kind of not necessarily been in a feud, but there seemed to be some tension between the two families, and it was basically the Romeo and Juliet story between these two cockroaches who eventually found love. The families still have a bit of problem with each other, but it seems in the end, they decided that let them love each other if they want. It's their own lives.
Follow kind of like reads the story, like his like the paper is 2 inches from his face, and he will also look down to see who's the author or the writer of said story.
You see in very small text at the bottom of the page, it says, story reporter and editor, Arnold Baker. Action. It says reporter, Arnold Baker, and then under that it says editor, Grace Anderson.
He goes, why does that name sound familiar? Yesterday he was a cop. He didn't have his badge. I didn't give him a new badge, but I couldn't get him a new badge because I kind of ruined the computers on accident. And he's like saying all this out loud. And he's just like, nope, never met him.
As you're there, you feel a tap on your shoulder. It's like, hey. It's like, I'm glad to see you. What are you having? You have a good bed and breakfast? You doing well today? It's the guy who owns the bed and breakfast, Ricardo.
He picks up, just a pancake without the syrup and shoves it in his mouth and goes, blood.
It's like, yes, love to hear. Make sure if you have any questions, you come and ask me. You are my favorite patron here. You are my absolute favorite. You know that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now then, I move on. And he goes around. Ricardo's kind of a sleazy looking guy, It's like, but he's not like, he doesn't seem sleazy in the I'm gonna do some really bad stuff, but sleazy in the like he might do some bad stuff. You don't know.
Mysterious.
You wouldn't put it above or below him.
He's like a Khajiit in Skyrim. You don't know if they're on skooma or if they're not on skooma.
Pretty much. He might be on something. But as you're there, follow, you hear a from outside, and you see a cop car park outdoors. You not having your own, like, you see like through a window probably, and like you don't have your own cop car. Real quick, Elias, when you arrive here, because this is the location that was given to you from where follow should be, what do? You've arrived. Amanda? Elias.
He fell
Elias.
asleep at the wheel.
That's where we came from. Well, let me make sure. Panda, you know we can't hear you, right? Oh, there we go. All right, we couldn't hear you. Welcome back. Hawthorne has arrived at Ricardo's breakfast, where follow is, where you're supposed to pick up follow.
Yes, I'm just honking on the horn. This is not ideal. I should be working alone in my case, but I guess I have to.
Looks up and Elias in the car and like shoves a few more bits and pieces of food in his mouth, and then like gets up. He's like, "Wait, is anyone waiting for a ride?"
Everyone, you say this. Everyone looks at you, shakes their head.
Oh, okay. And he just walks out to the car.
I'm about ready to hit the lights and siren. Right as I see you walking out of the bed and breakfast, just poke my head up and just be like, "Let's get a move on. We need to be."
Hey, partner! And I kind of like do like the whole slide over the windshield thing.
I just look at you. No, just no.
But did I not do it right? I do it again.
I just get. But I do roll it down once I see you get close to the car.
Okay, when you roll it down, I open the window across you into the passenger seat.
Just...
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh, tail. Oh. And then as I'm like scooting across, I'm hitting like a different button away, and the radio button.
And the side, everything. I'm just trying to turn them off as you go.
So we have a 991. What's going on?
And I sit down, and seatbelt, check, ready to go.
You know.
Wait. So you turn Neura City. You turn the NR City News. You hear over the thing. It's like, this just in, it's like the new product for quick meals has recently been taking the market by storm. We have actually, though, someone to talk about this, Mr. Leo Abimbla, who's going to be visiting a very special place. Mr. Abimbla, so I know people won't be seeing this interview until a little bit later, but would you like to talk about your experiences so far? Could follow, actually, question, would follow or Elias have looked at their case that they're taking a look at today yet at all? Like, taking a review? No, they haven't sent it to you guys yet. It's just like I was just checking if maybe you guys like asked any information, like, hey, what's my current case, you know? That is true. That is true. There is something that you guys can roll for though. Can both of you roll me a quick memory check? Here we go. All right.
Negative with all.
Yes. Not
I rolled a 4 and a 7, which is 11 total.
Okay. 16. Ooh. Oh, that's a middle ground. Oh, wait, so that's a middle ground roll. You actually, since it's not allowed an advantage and disadvantage, what I'm going to say is if you guys get middle ground rolls, which means a 10 and a 1, that's 2 star points. But anyway, yeah, you follow. You said you got an 11? You recognize the name Leo Abimbola. You don't know what it's about, though. Hawthorne, you, however, recognize the name Abimbola. The reason you know, like they said in the interview, like people won't be seeing this interview for a little bit. This was a pre-recorded interview that was done. And you also know this because Leo Abimbola and his wife are in New Rest City right now. You know Leo Abimbola is he's a lion. He's a male. He's a lion vagrant, and he owns a high-class chain restaurant referred to as Jungle Leaves. But as the interview begins to continue, you guys arrive at Precinct 85. And funnily, just as you guys are like getting out of the car, the bicycle of Arnold shows up. Sid, you arrive at Precinct 85 as well. I'm assuming with that athletics check, very, very winded. You are very tired. Sid, you there?
Kind of
Just-
throws his hands up around.
I'm just sitting there, just like, why is he my partner?
Sid, you're here, right? We can't hear you right now. Oh,
Oops.
there we go. Okay, we
I
can hear
was
you.
muted.
No worries, no worries. We can hear you now. But go ahead.
Arnold's like, oh, and he bikes over to the car.
Did you get a
He's
replacement
very
of your card yet?
Arnold's
He's
like,
on.
huh?
Yeah. Remember your officer card?
It's
Oh, yeah. I did. Thank you
Nice.
for that.
You're
That's-
welcome.
I'm just looking at Arnold like you are one step away from being arrested.
Shall we get it going, Copper?
Yeah, we're gonna
No,
we're gonna
never.
we're gonna do stuff.
Alright, we gotta roll an athletics check. Try to get this bike in.
I'm gonna say that's gonna be
Follow will help you out.
that's gonna be a sleight of hand to get that in there.
Sleight of hand.
Follow
So,
will
like,
help you
it's-
out with that.
I'd say the trunk is big enough to fit the bicycle in there, but like you're trying, it's the kind of thing where it'll only go in at a very specific angle. So you're gonna have to
I
figure out
don't
how
see
to get
sleight
it.
of hand in the thingy though.
Oh, do I? Let me see. My bad.
I
guess.
see acrobatics,
Oh, right. We don't have sleight of hand. Then yeah.
survival, stealth.
I'll let you choose between athletics or acrobatics to try and get it in there.
Can I help him?
Yeah. Arnold, if you'd like to roll with advantage, that'll be 3d10 plus either athletics or acrobatics, and you'll take the
I already
total.
rolled. This is not gonna be well.
He gets all twos. It's like a success.
Okay. I rolled. Funnily enough, I rolled 2 2s. Actually, I rolled a 4 and then a 5.
4 and then a 5. So
Like, cause I rolled the 2. I'm gonna
So
say
see. Athletics, right? You have a. Yes. So no, take the total. 4 and 5. That's 9 plus your athletics. 10. Nice. Even with the help action, like in the end, you realize that if you like, it gets to a point. I would say you're trying to push it in there. You end up having to take the like handlebars off and put them in separately to fit. Yes. It's like, uh, Elias, they're scratching up the back of your car. Your police cruiser so much. You. I'm gonna say with this last go, you manage to shut the trunk. It doesn't reopen, but you hear something go inside. But you like if you open it again, you're not sure if you'll be able to close it again. It's closed. What? First try. Oh man. So do you guys head into the precinct? Oh. That's you guys wait. There's no radio. What are you trying to do? You're outside the car. Uh, real quick, if you follow, you are revealing just like your why you're here, basically. No black ink,
Yes.
the whole thing. Okay. Do you mind if I just give a quick synopsis of what that is? Because I have it written down from you.
Sure.
Cool. So follow here. Do you tell them your first name as well, or?
No, he only
Gotcha.
says follow.
Gotcha. You're mainly, but you are specifically telling the story of how you, why you're here, like why you're here instead of like why you were transferred from Golden City.
Correct.
Gotcha. Officer Follow here is from Golden City, as you well know, which is kind of like, it's a very like Las Vegas kind of place. Like it's a big, like it's very high in crime as far as anyone's concerned, but only not on the surface, of course. But Follow here, he had cracked a case for not there's more than humans, but it was trafficking. It was sex trafficking, basically, and very, very young sex trafficking that he had cracked a big case on. Because of that, his life and his parents' lives had been threatened by the mafias there. They were not happy about what happened. So he would have been killed, likely. But question, do you mention anyone who was involved with helping you, or no?
No.
Cool. Somebody helped him get transferred over to Precinct 85, basically. So he is here basically. He's technically on the run. He's not trying to go anywhere else, but from what you know, basically, he is just keeping his family safe by not being in Golden City, pretty much.
Mm.
But yeah, you guys are in precinct. You're at the precinct. So, where exactly do you guys like go? You do have a case which you can go like take a look at.
Is there a chow hall area?
Yeah, I'll say there is, but this like, it's not the. How do I put it? It's not that it's not clean. It's just that it's not like
Is there
not
a
well
vending
taken care of.
machine?
There is. Oh yeah, definitely. There's definitely a vending machine.
I go to the vending machine for coffee and donuts.
Awesome. They got some donuts on there. Actually, interestingly enough, some of the donuts are actually, you see a little logo on there that you don't know, but it seems a little familiar. Might be some place that you might go to in the future.
I do the whole thing where you put the money in and you try to click the. You know when you're a kid, you try to click the button a whole bunch of times to see if it'll give you more than one. That's what Follow's doing right now.
1 second. Cool. Yeah, you click the button, and it's a really cool vending machine. It's a what donut were you going for? Like what kind? There's like some pink sprinkled ones. There's a vanilla. There's a glazed. There's a little cinnamon roll thing if you want that. They're all in like little packages.
Do they have apple fritters in there?
They do.
Oh, I definitely want the apple fritter.
Awesome. You click the apple fritter. It lands in the little thing, which you can now get it. And you said you also got a drink.
Yep, a coffee.
Cool. So I'm gonna say the coffee and the donut together are gonna cost a total of 7 carats.
7 carats? Okay.
Mhm.
Where my money's at?
Should be under your inventory.
Yep, I'll find it. But I am now walking down the hall back to where, my partner and Arnold are, holding a donut and eating.
Awesome. So Hawthorne, are you and Arnold checking what the case is? Panda.
Yes.
There you go. All right. Awesome. So your first case as a team. Let's go. So you see it is a pretty serious one to start off with. Let me change the music real quick. The case.
Ooh, is it a PowerPoint? I raised my hand up.
I'm just looking at my partner like, are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, Arnold, you're gonna love the PowerPoints. They're so great.
I'm used to PowerPoints. We do those all the time back at the office. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll see
You gotta
what
pay
we're in
attention though.
for.
I pull out like a little notebook.
I'm just
So you take a look at your case, and the case is as follows. um, it is a murder case for a Susan Canarty Abimbola.
In the what?
Abimbola is her last name. The name, let me see. Copy the name for you. There is a picture of her. I'll put it in VC Camp, and there is art. NPC art is done by our wonderful, wonderful artist Wimbledon. This, you actually, Hawthorne and Arnold, you guys have been to Cheesy Teeth before, right? In the past?
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah. Follow.
No,
You're new to the city, so you've only been there once. You have not seen her before.
I go there every place.
But
I'm usually my regular to go there for lunch.
gotcha. She is the person who was murdered is in VC Camp, a lion vagrant female who worked as a waitress in Cheesy Teeth, with that human girl, Red Rubin. She, let me see. So yeah, no, she was not there, for session 0. She was, for obvious reasons, she's dead. So from the case, Hawthorne, you see that she was murdered. From the case, it says that she was stabbed to death 12 times in the back. She is found dead in her bedroom, face down on the floor. Been stabbed 12 times in the back. From the forensics haven't fully gotten like a full look down yet because they need people want people to take a look first. But she was likely dead by the third stab. Somebody may or may not have had some sort of vendetta. There is a note. Is there any? You guys are reading the whole case? Are you reading this to the others or?
Yeah, I'm
Thought it was
brief.
PowerPoint.
Oh, it's a folder.
It's not power.
Damn it. See? PowerPoints are better. These little folders, you can't see anything. The text is so small, and
That's not how this works. We have them on file so we can change them if a situation or evidence occurs. And we don't have them digitized in case someone comes in and hacks the system.
I'm sipping the coffee,
Wait a
making loud
minute.
voices.
I know this person. She's the one who slipped and fell in the diner the other week. It was hilarious.
I'm going to have you refrain from saying comments of,
Did
carefreeness.
she fall on her butt?
Like,
Well,
you mentioned that she's dead.
Fell on her face.
Yes, I do mention that she's dead.
You say that? When did she die?
Sometime recently.
What does it say in the file?
I haven't gotten a full stamp on it.
I will say if you go ahead and read the rest of the. Do you want to read the rest of the case, like the information that you have so far?
Yes.
Cool. So without you haven't been to the scene of the crime yet, but with the information that's been provided, she was murdered likely yesterday or possibly the day before. Her parents are Leo Abimbola, the guy you heard on the radio earlier, and Amal Abimbola. The two of them. Amal is a female lion vagrant, 47 years of age. Susan, who was murdered, 23 years old. She lived in New Rest City with her boyfriend Dylan Ramboki, who was who at the moment is a tiger vagrant who seems to be currently missing.
So there's already a possible lead that the boyfriend may be a suspect.
It's possible, yes.
I put that into my little data pad that I have in my pocket
Mm-hmm.
for reference.
Could you type in the names of the mother and father?
Yes, I've got you. I've got you. So let me see. Let me see. So we got. Speaking of which, actually, um, if you wish, do you wish to go? Well, here I'll type in the names, and but you guys can also. What do you guys want to do, exactly? Because like this is up to you. Free reign here.
I'd like to go see the crime scene so I could get some more information. Maybe scope it out myself.
If we go to the crime scene and it's a restaurant, does that mean they're closed?
Yes, that means they're closed.
Oh,
I
Wait.
think
so I can't
Wait,
order any
what?
food?
I think it would be pretty bad business if you were still open in the middle of a crime scene.
Makes a lot
There,
of sense.
Officer Follow.
Yeah, I knew that.
Sure, you did.
It does say she wasn't murdered at the restaurant. I'm sorry. She was murdered at her apartment. The apartment that she and her boyfriend shared, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No. The person who got murdered is the daughter, and that's the image I sent of the lion vagrant. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. She such cute art, and she's dead. Um, it did. So you guys have taken your first mystery. Now, there's a couple things I want to fill you guys in on. With this mystery, there's story importance to every mystery. Not every mystery has to be solved, however. There are clues and there is proof. Proof and clues are two different things. And there are consequences if you come to the wrong conclusion. However, I cannot confirm whether or not you guys come to the wrong conclusion in the end, unless you have an ability regarding that. You got to use, but other than abilities regarding like things like that, or for the most part, I cannot confirm. Like if you say this is who we think it is, get them arrested, and you get them arrested and all that, I cannot tell you whether or not you were right or wrong about that unless you find out more information later. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, all right. What? So you guys said you're heading to the scene of the crime. All right. Cool. 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 So. Mm-hmm. Nice. Mm-hmm. So with that, actually, Hawthorne. Elias, so you actually, this is probably for you. I'd say this may be like one of the first like good moments you've seen from Follow, because as a civilian, Arnold being allowed to like come onto like the scene of the crimes and like go with you guys, he is legally supposed to have some sort of like Kevlar to go with, because he's becoming a scene reporter, like some light Kevlar underneath, and if he has a license for a weapon, that's his own business, but he is supposed to be wearing something, so this would be probably the first time you've seen Follow do something correct. Mm. 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 I would say, Follow, you do find uh the SWAT stuff is like locked up when you, but while you're over there, I am gonna say, while you're getting like the Kevlar, the other two are like getting into the car while you, I'm assuming, yeah, while Follow is getting this, Elias and Arnold, do you guys want to like get in the car and just like get the car going or whatever? Cool. Mm, gotcha. Follow, while you're inside and you're in the area, you do see over in the area with like SWAT stuff, like they've got like a, it's locked with like a key and stuff, like the SWAT material um things. You see somebody familiar who has yet to see you in VC camp. You see Madeline Maidenweather, who you. Hmm? You see she's putting she's like putting something in like a pocket, um, making sure everything's ready before putting up her gear and setting up and then locking it, putting the key in her pocket. So you hide. Roll me a stealth. Okay. 20 altogether. Nice. She has no idea you're there as she exits the like armory, pretty much. It's not really locker. It's like it's the all the like SWAT gears in there, and it's locked behind like a heavy cage. Oh yeah, no, there's other than the SWAT gear, there's plenty of like just normal simple Kevlar on like the walls and whatnot. There is a little device that says if you take one for any purpose, please punch a hole in this to kind of just let us know that one was taken, so we don't think it's been like stolen or anything. Oh boy. Yeah, you come out, Follow, and you come back to the car. Arnold's waiting outside for you. That's all good. So just yes, Elias. What are you doing, Elias? Are you trying to grab it, or what are you doing? Roll me insight. it, that's still a firearm. Oh wait, yeah, he doesn't know that. Yes, Elias.
Just like
would you-
I'm just trying to point the weapon to the sky so he doesn't shoot anybody. I don't see insight. Do I use
Oh, I'm sorry.
investigation?
No, use awareness. My bad. It's on near the top of
Awareness.
it. Yeah, I
Yep,
forgot.
raptor acrobatics.
Yeah. Let me see. One and oh,
So roll
this is the one I did. Want.
2d10 plus 6. 9.
9. With a 9, for your awareness, you think there's like follows the type you wouldn't. Obviously you were questioning because you weren't sure if he did or not, but you don't think he's that bad. Like he's not gonna do that.
Like I'm sure he's not that dumb.
Yeah, you're putting too much trust in him in this moment. Like, he's not that stupid. He cracked a big case, you know.
So I guess I don't.
You don't pick up that he's lying.
And I guess we go into the vehicle and go to the crime scene.
I do the same thing the first time. I wait till he gets into the car and the window's down, and I crawl through into the passenger seat.
You have to open up that door, bud.
I can't, it's child locked.
The window is child locked, not the lock itself.
Oh. Oh wait, is the window working now? And I start clicking it again.
No, it's not.
No.
Oh.
You know what? For everything.
Ooh, can I drive?
No. I do not.
Can I drive?
Yeah,
No,
I can drive.
you are brilliant. You cannot be driving a police cruiser.
But he's never
See?
done it before. It could be great for his story, right, Arnold?
Yeah,
No.
it'll be great. I can see now. And the papers, waterproof papers. Civilian crashes police car and gets away with it. It's a great headline.
If I ever see you manually driving a police car, I will personally have you sent to jail before you can even write a story or even a title for this
You're
story.
just no fun, are you?
My job.
He's just joking.
No, I'm not.
Shakes his head.
Oh man. Okay. So to move things along. Oh man. You make your way to the crime scene. So you drive to. Let me see. Let me make sure I have the right location. Yes. So, you make your way to. Excuse me. The Where is it? To apartments. Yes, that's the actual name of the place. Apartments is by far the blandest apartment complex that has probably ever existed. Heck, it's more of a hotel in some ways. Well, no, it's less of a hotel. What am I talking about? It's like the colors are very muted. It's not even bad looking. It's just boring. But you guys arrived. There's a couple police officers already outside. Like, it's taped off right now. The place is like, people are still able to go through at the moment. You see there is a detective who is there, who is walking out and notices you, Hawthorne. This particular detective is not one that you necessarily like, as he sees you and grins and waves you and your posse over.
I park the vehicle and start heading over, and make sure that they're following behind me and not wandering off.
I follow.
Of course you do.
Arnold is briskly walking, trying to keep up.
You see the detective. He's got the detective badge. He notably kind of like wipes his badge a little bit. Just clean it up a little as you approach. It says, "Hey, Hawthorne, it's been a while. How you doing, bud?" This guy is a vagrant, a dinosaur vagrant, actually, dinosaur. Um, they look a lot like a velociraptor. They like kind of like a brownish greenish velociraptor, like kind of like skin like tone. He's got like the detective outfit, you know, it's the things brought up. He's got the hat and everything. He looks like a classic detective, right? And he says, "It's been a while, Hawthorne. I didn't know the traveling circus was in town. Who's these schmucks?"
Well, one of them is our new civilian consultant, while the other one's my new partner.
Wait,
I am
We'll go-
standing up proud with the tail wagging when he said partner. Ha!
wait a minute.
Arnold.
You got stuck. He points
there's
at
a-
Arnold. You got stuck with this guy. He looks at you, Arnold. How'd he do? How you doing?
He's like Arnold holds out his hand. He's like, Arnold Gaines, waterproof papers. Nice to meet you. What are your secrets?
It's like, oh, we don't know each other well enough for me to tell you my secrets, but I could tell you a couple of your friend here.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know those secrets. And then
We
he
have-
looks back at
Well, is that
Elias and shakes his head. Yeah.
Actually, Arnold and Follow. If either of you would like to make me an insight check, real quick.
An awareness check.
Awareness. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. I've been playing like normal D&D too much.
Would you like me to do it on the actual bot thingy or?
You can make this a real life roll. It's fine. You don't have to use the bot if you don't want to.
Wow.
Elias, you don't. Funny enough, you don't actually have to make a roll for this. Elias, you don't have to make a roll for this. Funny enough, but because this is something
I
you
did
already know.
so bad, it wouldn't make any difference.
You're lucky that was your bad roll. Oh man. Okay, a 13 from Follow.
I got a 9.
A 9. Arnold, from your perspective, I'm gonna let me see how much this guy's actually concealing it though. Even with a 9 and a 13, both of you can tell this guy, him and Hawthorne have a little bit of history, and this guy seems to kind of he's above both of them in like status, and he's a detective. They're cops, and he is you can tell he's kind of hoarding it over them to some degree. He's hoarding it over Elias specifically. He's got some snarky attitude towards Elias. He's full of himself, and
Is he kind of like overweight or is he in shape?
no, he's pretty in shape actually. He's not he's in shape as far as you can tell a dinosaur vagrant could be. He is shorter than all of
If
you
he-
though.
If he starts like goading himself and the little remarks and I'm an actual detective and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And he'd be like, Follow would probably say in the lungs of, well, we always need people to stamp and write papers while the real cops actually do the job.
You say that, and his like grin that he had kind of falters, and he looks at you, Follow. So, you're not wrong. You sure you're not the one who should be doing that?
So you fell asleep out there on the porch?
Doing what? The actual job? Yeah, no, that's exactly what I do.
No. Okay. All right. I see how this is. Look, first thing you should understand, Mister. What is that? Officer Follow? What kind of a name is Follow? That's a word. That's not a name.
That's my name.
Well, point is, Buckaroo, that I doubt you're gonna be. Well, I'm a little upset with you at this point. I doubt you're gonna be here for very long. Like you said, we need real cops on the force. I doubt you'll last long here anyway. He looks at Elias. Well, Elias, at the very least... Oh, I'm sorry. Officer Hawthorne. At the very least, you've got a couple of partners who can get about the same amount of work you can get done. Zilch. And he pushes past you. You know, roll. Let me make a dex save on that. Roll me dexterity. Just it's gonna be an opposed dexterity. I'll make it instead of a save. So opposed dexterity. Oh, you better get a high roll though. Oh, okay? You're lucky. A 22 definitely beats his roll. He made a good roll, but you made a better one. Cool. You get a star point, of course. Yeah, you kind of. I wouldn't even say you make it look like it's an accident. It doesn't like no one can tell that you did it as he. Shoot. He. Just for the sake of luck. Let's see. Yeah, he lands directly in a puddle of mud. As I hate mud stains. Ugh. Ugh. The guy, he looks at you, looks at all of you, Hawthorne. You see this whole thing happen. He did, while you may not have seen it specifically, as in you may not have seen Follow trip him, he did trip right after passing Follow. Just something to think about. As he gets up and he's wiping the mud away from him, his partner's coming up next to him. They're walking off right now. But yeah, you guys can you can approach the scene of the crime if you wish. It'll be upstairs, but it's up to you. What do you guys do? You know what? For the sake of it, Arnold, roll me what is Arnold's tactic exactly? Like each cop, is he coming up trying to like, hey, you should tell me what you know. I'm supposed to be here. You know, is he trying to intimidate? Is he trying to just convince? What exactly is he trying to do? Roll me a persuasion. Just roll me a base persuasion, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to like roll a few rolls to see how many people you manage to persuade to give you information. Wait, two different ones? Okay, so a 1 and what else? So a 4. What plus what? So that's a 7. You do get a star point. Keep that in mind. Even since you rolled a 1, you get a star point. Star points can be added to saving throws, skill checks, and attack rolls. So you get another star point. Mm-hmm. Ooh. You know what? Let me see. Let me check the rules of inverted roll real quick. I'm going to say, just as the DM, this one time, I'm going to allow you to invert this roll. Because... You sure? Alright. That's fine. Cool. You try getting information. You get absolute zilch. In fact, no, it's not even just zilch. I doubt Arnold would know if it's a lie or not, but somebody does tell you. Somebody tells you that Officer Hawthorne wears pink bunny underwear. Yep.
Writes in his notepad, make expose
And that he's super self-conscious about
Officer Hawthorne and his cutesy ditsy pink underpants.
Cool.
And then he goes and meets back with Follow
Mm-hmm.
and Officer Hawthorne.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, so Officer Hawthorne, tell me about your underwear today. Are they feeling quite loose or tight? What are What's your favorite type of underwear?
I just present my taser like, would you like to continue this line of questioning, or do you want to continue with what we're actually here for?
No further questions? Carry on.
So, you guys are gonna take a look around the apartment, right? So, all right, let's see. So you guys are at the apartment right now. Let's see. Let me just double check the information. Okay, cool. So you're there. You're given a bit of the report. You've been told the parents have been notified of what happened and are you don't know where they are at the moment. But the parents have been notified, Amal and Leo. Like I said, Dylan is nowhere to be seen. He's still missing. So you guys arrive at the apartment. The door is open. There's police tape. You are at the scene of the crime. What do you guys do? What I'm gonna say, we're gonna start things off turn-based right here. Since I'm gonna start with Elias, since you are kind of the head officer at this in between the three of you at the moment. Hawthorne, what exactly do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I want to check around the surroundings, see if there's any clues that they missed.
Awesome. Roll me an investigation. I will say, so here's the thing. So the apartment that they have there are 3 rooms to it. There's a main area. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 main areas. There's a living room area, a kitchen that doubles as a dining room, and there's the bedroom. There's only one singular bedroom that they seem to share. And that's where you see the white, the outline of where her body was. You've already seen the photo. It was messy. All of you have seen she had been stabbed. It must have been extremely painful. There's still blood stains on the ground here. Yes, the dining room and kitchen is one thing. Yes. Before you roll an investigation, which room do you want to roll that investigation on first? There's the living room. There's the dining room that doubles as a kitchen, and there's the bedroom. It was found in the bedroom. We're doing this turn-based. Hawthorne is going first. What do you want to do first, Hawthorne?
See if it happened in the bedroom or it just ended in the bedroom.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll me an investigation.
15.
15? Let me see. Okay. Let me see.
I'd like to put a star point on it to make it 16.
Ooh, okay. With a 16, so you look around, and I would say what you end up picking up on is that the murder happened and ended in here. It began and ended in the bedroom.
Okay.
You also notice that in the way she's positioned, she had her back to the door of the bedroom. So she's in the bedroom. Her back was to the bedroom door. So she's facing inside. She's inside her bedroom, facing away from the door. When she was started to be stabbed and is on the ground from there. It doesn't seem like her body was moved after she was stabbed at all.
Okay. So I wrote that down in my data pad.
Cool. So you get that detail. Moving next, we're gonna move to follow. You look around. What do you want to do? So there's 3 rooms.
I want to check.
What would you like to do?
Right when we open up the door to go inside, and I see that, Elias goes straight to the bedroom, Paul's going to check the door.
The door? Which door?
The door to the actual apartment.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. feel free. Make an investigation roll on the door.
You want to
Hmm?
you want to do it in the chat thingy or
Actually, yeah. If you do NBC camp, yes.
/roll? I get a lot to my investigation. I get a +7 to my investigation roll.
Mm-hmm. You are a canine, so got that sniffer.
18.
18. Cool. You look at the door. You kind of like, you smell it. You take a good long look at it. This door has been lock-picked. It's not broken, but it has the lock. There's like scrapings that aren't consistent with a key on the door.
Okay.
Yeah, you pick up on that phone. I'm gonna say you're looking at the door. Arnold. Now remember, this is so as we're going to you now, Arnold. You see the crime scene. You are allowed on the like one of the cops does stop you at first, but like they see the thing like the little badge that you have, and they're like, oh, right, I forgot about that. So they let you in. You can look at the scene of the crime, but you have been told explicitly not to touch anything with your bare hands, and frankly, not to touch anything if you can help it.
Okay.
You're not an officer in this situation. Let me put it this way. And Arnold can tell that they will immediately escort you out of here very forcibly if you start messing around with like too much.
Okay, so I want to say what Arnold does is within two minutes of him walking through the house, so he probably gets to about the living room area,
Mhm.
and then he makes an outburst. He's like, "Oh my God! This is a crime scene." And then he looks around and he's like, "Everything's evidence." And then he starts drawing pictures of the crime scene in his little notepad. It's like, oh, yeah, this one too. Yeah. Oh, this is perfect.
Cool. I will say.
He goes and he goes behind he goes into the room with Elias.
Okay.
And he's just kind of silently listening and watching for if he says something, because he's gonna write everything he says down.
Gotcha. I'm actually gonna say, Arnold, if you want a little, just as an extra little thing, the more you write down in your notebook, so keep track of where, like some minor details. Like say you took notes on the living room in the apartment, or like you might want to write this down somewhere, because anything that you do keep as notes, I will say you can roll advantage on memory checks for that if you keep it written somewhere, and as long as you actually check your notes. If you don't check your notes, you don't get that advantage.
Okay.
I walk up to Arnold and I say, "Looks like the door was picked locked open."
You're all in the room now? Okay, Hawthorne, you're
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll go up to Arnold and be like, "Well, the door was picked locked."
Arnold says, gets to writing.
Yeah, it seems like the crime happened all in this room.
I want to make a weird check. Yeah.
Okay. What check do you want to make?
Her body's still there, correct?
No. It has been removed. Actually, let me see something. 1 second. Where's the dice?
There's blood. Okay.
No, so what I'm going to say, her body isn't currently there, but it's not there, but you do know that it's likely already being taken in for an autopsy right now.
Follow looks for the murder weapon or blood.
The weapon is there. The weapon has not been moved. There is a kitchen knife on the floor. covered in blood. Well, stained with blood at the moment.
I'm gonna pick it up, hand it to Arnold, and say, "Hold this," as I sniff it.
Arnold gets super excited. He's like,
Question: do you do this bare hands or with gloves?
Arnold?
Any of you?
Arnold's doing it with his bare hands.
Follow. All right,
Are there gloves around?
I would say I would say, you know what? For the sake of posterity, when you entered the crime scene, they have a little box of like plastic gloves that you guys all were like told to put on. So you all have gloves on. I'm gonna just say that just to help. Honestly, it's just be ridiculous if your fingerprints got on this stuff. Yes. That is true. That is true. You were told not to touch anything, so I guess they might not have given. They actually. Let me roll to see if they overlooked that. Ugh. Okay. They didn't. You're not a cop. They didn't think about it, unfortunately. So you are not wearing gloves. No. And Follow is trying to hand you the murder weapon. The file corrupted. I'm gonna record it in batches of an hour instead of trying to go to the full thing. Anyway, let me see. Okay. So you guys, right. I'm sorry. That really took the wind out of my sails. 1 second. All right. So you guys are searching around. You're searching for clues. So you wanted to sniff it, right? I'm gonna say, yeah. Go ahead and roll an investigation.
That's a 20 investigation, an 8 and a 5.
All right.
Plus 7.
Let's see, an 8 and a 5. Okay, so 20 total. Dang. Okay. Let's see. There we go. So with the 20 investigation, I'm going to say you sniff the knife and you don't pick up you pick up that it was you pick up a scent. A type of scent. With a 20, because a dirty 20 is pretty good. I will say, end up getting you pick up a type of scent that is, you don't know yet, basically.
Okay.
But I will say that you can kind of like put that in the back of your mind as just a scent that you're keeping in mind.
Yep, got on my notes. It's like, I never smelled this before. It's weird. Doesn't smell like lion. Doesn't smell like human.
Well, it's not necessarily, you can't pick up what species. It's more along the lines of, you can tell that somebody was holding this, but there's so many other smells kind of barring it. The only detail you can pick up is that if you were to sniff something, if you were to sniff the hand of the perp, there might be a chance you could find out. It's possible. You might not be able to pick up even from that, but, you know.
We're gonna need more than this.
You hear a voice. One of the other cops says, "It's like, well, I don't know what more there is to get. I mean, seems like a pretty open and shut case to me. The detective came in. Detective Simeon came in here earlier. You probably saw him coming out. We've kind of already got a suspect. The boyfriend."
Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure it's just him.
We mean
Well, if there's factors.
like an
Is
accomplice.
Arwen here?
Arnold.
Does Arwen?
You mean Arnold? Yes, Arnold is here.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Does Arnold hear the thing about the boyfriend?
Yeah, you're in this room, so yeah, you end up hearing that. You can take a note of that as well. The cops suspect the boyfriend. Yes. They said, well, I mean, in that case, We got the boyfriend's information already on file. If you want to know, he holds out a folder to you guys.
I check out the folder.
The folder says it gives information on Dylan Ranboki, a tiger vagrant. I'll send a photo of what he looks like for you guys, because there is a photo of him. From what you know, he's a pizza delivery guy. You may put him in VC camp what he looks like, but he's a pizza delivery guy. He just he delivers pizzas, and he has been dating. Apparently, he's been dating Susan for 3 years now. Or no, 8 years. I'm sorry. Wait, let me see. I'm sorry. Yes, they've been dating for 3 years. He's been working as a pizza delivery tiger for about 8 years. And he's 21 years old, so he's actually 2 years younger than she is. She's 23. From the information provided, Dylan was working his route. They don't know what happened. He kind of just disappeared. Susan was murdered, and then there does say there was a witness who said they saw him exiting the building after around the time that she was killed.
Okay. I kind of keep this in mind, but I still I'm gonna check the other rooms just to make sure nothing was overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it my best before try to keep this guy innocent until proven guilty.
Do we know the name of the witness?
Yes. The name of the witness is Darcy Persimmon.
Okay, Darcy.
And does she live in this premise?
She lives in the same apartment. No, actually, I'm sorry. Correction. She lives with her from what they say, the witness statement. Well, do you ask, actually? That's my... who do you ask?
Yeah.
Elias would actually know that information. Elias, you would know that Darcy lives with her sister at their restaurant, that they live at the actual restaurant in the back.
Yeah. This is the same lady I talked to earlier, right?
Yes, Celine. Celine is the I'm sorry, not sister. I'm sorry, older her mother. My bad.
So I keep that in mind. I guess I'll follow up with Celine later. See maybe what happened.
Let me see. Cool. Yeah. What do you guys want to do next?
Follow will go to. Does she have like a nightstand or anything at her?
Oh,
next
real
to her
quick.
bed?
Yes, she does have a nightstand. Let me see. Did you? Right. No, we can't get to that yet. Okay. What do you want to? Do you want to make an investigation in the bedroom? Follow?
Yeah, but I want to keep my sights like focused on like the nightstand of like finding like does she have a journal or anything like that. I know girls like to keep journals and such.
Roll me an investigation.
Okay, 2d10. And it's another dirty 20. I rolled a 10 and a 3 plus 7.
A 10 and a 3? Hold on. So a dirty 20.
Yep.
You don't see any notebook or any like diary. But what you do see is something stands out that's a little bit strange to you. You notice there's a swivel chair and a desk. And the chair has been lowered.
The chair has been lowered.
You notice that the way it's set up right now would not be comfortable for Susan. Now, maybe it's Dylan's, but the point is, the way the swivel chair is set up at the desk would not be comfortable based on the description of her like height and all that. It would not be comfortable for her to sit in that chair.
Do I know how high off the ground? Like, is it higher than what it should be, or is it lower than what it should be?
It is lower than where it should be. So that would beg to say that whoever it was had a tall torso.
Tall torso.
It's likely, or at least a taller one than Susan. Is likely a little bit taller than Susan. Likely is whoever was using this chair.
So a larger torso. I relay this information to Elias as well as Arnold.
I put that info down.
Nice.
And,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well,
I'm also kind of impressed of how well Follow's been, following orders.
Yeah, that's really good. It's up to you guys what you want to do.
So Follow kind of like looks at Arnold and Elias, and he's like, "Well, we've checked out the bedroom. We haven't checked out the kitchen, and the dining room yet.
Let's go check it out."
Yeah, we should go check it out.
Cool.
I'll check out the kitchen,
Cool.
and I want to see if I can find where the knife was pulled.
I'd say you can, when you get to the kitchen, it's kind of like they've been using the kitchen as the dining area. It's not even that there's a table there. They've kind of just been using the like counter to eat off of, if anything. Why buy a table when you don't need it? And go. Anyone who'd like to roll an investigation in the kitchen, feel free to.
I'll let one of them
roll
roll
an investigation.
Okay.
I'll roll investigate as well.
Nice.
I rolled a 10 plus the modifier, or minus the modifier. Would it be?
Investigate, right?
Oh, it's plus. I rolled a 13.
13. What about Hawthorne?
12.
12. Dang. Okay. Weirdly enough, Arnold, you pick up on this. You notice, Arnold, that the kitchen is a little.
I do notice Arnold.
Arnold, you notice that the kitchen is a little haphazard. It's, from the look of things, it's almost as if then you find where like the knife was taken out of. There's like there's a drawer that the knife has been removed from. But from looking at the different drawers, some of them are kind of open and some of them look like they've been rifled through. They just seem messier, as if whoever was getting the knife didn't know where the knives were.
Something's not right here. My great aunt had drawers that look exactly like this, and they are never like this by default. The trajectory of the drawer is just off just by an ounce. It's just something so off. Someone had to be going through these drawers.
I sniffed the drawers.
I'm just taking it like as if he's become a crazy man.
I'd say once he's pointed it out, Hawthorne, it does become a little bit more obvious to you now that someone rifled through these. It's not, Follow. You end up getting, that same scent again. A little bit, like barely recognizable, but you can smell that scent again.
Can I try to see if I can sniff out like if they were wearing anything in particular?
You can make a roll. I'd say to differentiate that, you can make a roll for it, but it's going to be a very high roll. What is your investigation?
+7.
Yeah. Okay. The DC for being able to tell what the person was wearing through smell, at least, I'm gonna say is a 23, or no, I'll make it a 22.
Okay. Oh, I didn't. I got an 18.
Okay. Yeah. So unfortunately, you don't know what exactly they were wearing.
Well, my nose keeps coming up with that same scent, but can't really define it. It's weird. Is one of the cops nearby have
Yep.
a donut?
There is a cop with a donut nearby. Yes.
I take it and I eat it.
Hey! Oh, that's my donut. Why'd you do that, mate?
And I walk away.
No, he took my donut.
Arnold sees follow with the donuts. Like, where do you keep getting donuts from?
Well, people have them. I go to this one place that has them, and they're really good. And well, random people have donuts. Yeah.
Good to know.
I borrow them.
I just write down on my list of things Follow has done and says, steals donuts without paying.
Donut
See,
theft.
Follow grew up thinking cops don't need to pay for donuts.
But yeah, with that, you guys have taken a good look around the scene of the crime. Is there anything? Wait, real quick, Hawthorne, don't you have advantage when searching at scene of a crime? Make an investigation check.
Do I?
I
Hold
believe
on.
you do. One of your abilities allows you get an a advantage on investigation checks at the scene of a crime. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
You do. Okay, for your check in the room, could you make another check? Roll me one more d10. And I kept track of what you rolled the first time. Could you just roll 1d10 plus nothing? We're just going to add that to your previous roll. Because that's how advantage work. An 8.
8.
Cool. There was something else that I would say, while you guys are in the kitchen, something hits your brain, and you head back to the bedroom, and you search, and you find in the bedroom, there is human hair. Or at least it's hair of some type. It might be, well, I already told you on accident. It's human hair. Not the forensics team will be able to tell for absolute sure, but it doesn't seem to be the same color as Dylan's or as the lioness.
Very interesting.
It is not
Yeah,
bad.
why would human hair be here? Does she have an affair?
Possibly.
An affair.
I know. That could be the next
Arnold
story.
goes to write down. Arnold goes to write.
I just kind of put it into an evidence bag.
Awesome. 8/15. So you put it in an evidence bag. Is there anything you guys would like to do in the apartment?
Sure.
I don't know what else to check. Maybe to check the living room.
You can, if you'd like to make an investigation in the living room as well, you may.
Now I can have my own freaking.
Remember, it'll be advantage, so that's 3d10.
I struggle with the smell of poo.
23.
Whew. 23. Let me see what that picks up. With a 23... Let's see. Cool. With a 23, I would say that you look around the living room. They've got a little couch, a little TV. There's a remote. You take a look at the remote and you turn on the TV, and it is set on the cooking channel.
I wonder what that's about.
Perhaps that she was watching the cooking channel, and then while she was chopping vegetables, she cut her hand off, and she bled to death. Huh? Yeah?
Very highly unlikely, given the other sources of information.
Huh? Shot in the dark, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I kind of just.
All right. I have an idea. So maybe she was watching the cooking channel, and there was like this really good chef that came on, and they made the most amazing food, and she knew she could never make the food that good, so she decided to just take herself out. Yeah?
That-
Because she couldn't do
Yeah.
because she couldn't follow the recipe, or
Again,
Yeah, let's say
highly
that.
unlikely.
Stabbed in the back. Obviously suicide.
Or maybe this is good. Maybe
If it's
She
suicide,
was-
it's not an option.
maybe she was like walking over, and she wanted to watch a cool channel, like the news, and she tripped over something and fell on her remote and broke her neck. And as she was breaking her neck, her nose touched the remote in just the correct way to change it to the cooking channel. Yeah?
I
Please.
was writing these down as notes.
A nearby officer says, but she was stabbed to death.
Exactly.
Or maybe that's what they want you to think.
Yeah.
I am so sorry for you, Officer Hawthorne. Take my boy.
I'm just looking at that. I don't want to be here. This is. I don't have enough coffee. This.
So, are you guys done with the apartment?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
Followers.
So, where do you guys go? Oh, right. You do. I'd say you get on your walkie-talkies little thing. This is Officer Hawkins. I just wanted everyone. I was told to contact Officer Hawthorne and Officer Fala. Over.
All right. Copy.
Over.
Yes. So I was told to notify you of any updates on the murder. Was the parents to Miss Abimbala are at the police station currently to identify the body. I just thought you might want to know about that.
Thank you. We'll be coming around shortly.
All right. Also, forewarning, Detective Simeon is here, just so you know.
Great.
The raptor guy?
Yeah, the raptor.
Oh, he could hear me.
Oh, I say, oh, I heard that. But yeah, so Detective Simeon is at the precinct right now, but so are her parents. No information currently about Dylan.
Hmm. Clearly suicide.
I'm just like, no. This is. I feel like this is a hit.
Oh, I know what happened. Okay, so here we are. She was in the bedroom, right? And she was having an affair
Start walking away.
I'm still standing there with Arnold, doing notes.
While she was having an affair, her boyfriend walked on her. And he was like, how could you do this to me? And so the guy she's having an affair with fears for his life. So he takes a knife and stabs the both of them in the back. The guy gets away and the girl falls dead on the floor. Huh?
I think that's pretty good.
Mr.
That's a
Rangoon.
good one. That's an excellent story. I'm going to write that down.
No.
Write that down. Write that down.
If you're going to write down stuff, it's going to be fact. I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just walking away from it. Phrasing.
Arnold's going to follow him while continuing to write in his notebook.
Awesome.
Notepad.
You guys get in the car. You start heading off. So you have a couple leads. You might want to talk to. So there was a witness that you might want to talk to who said they saw Dylan. There's the parents that you might want to get to talking to after the detectives had his talk with them. But you don't have to, like, you guys don't have to stick while you, Arnold, just so you understand, you don't have to stick with them at all times. While you're allowed to shadow them, if there's any investigation, anything you would like to do separate from from them, like, it's that's up to you what you guys want to do. You guys follow kind of needs to stick with Elias mainly because they're partners right now, but while they're on duty. But you are not required to, Arnold. You're simply required to be with them if you want to go to like a scene of a crime or something.
Okay.
Just so you know.
We just left the scene of a crime.
You were just at, yes. But like, since you guys are leaving it right now, you can separate from them if you want. If you have your own investigation, you want to kind of like, if you want to try and find details some other way, it's up to you.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to go to her parents.
Okay.
Yeah, her parents.
So you heard on the radio, her parents are at the precinct. You do have details. There was a witness named Darcy Persimmon as well. So would you like to go to the parents or the witness?
I'd like to go to the parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Elias?
I'd like to go talk to Darcy.
Okay. So Darcy isn't being held at the precinct right now. They've already questioned her and talked with her. The parents are there because they haven't been questioned yet. So, Arnold, if you'd like to head to the precinct to talk to the parents, while Elias and Follow go meet up with Darcy, who, from the information given, is apparently back at the school, you may.
It'll be Elias because I have to cook dinner. So.
Gotcha. Let's see. We'll say Follow is told to wait in the car or something.
I'm waiting in the car, blasting like music.
Cool. So let me roll real quick something. Odds.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Cool. We're starting. Let me see. Let me roll again. Hold on. Okay. Cool. Starting with Arnold. Arnold, you split up from the other two, and you head to the precinct where the parents are. You head to the precinct. I assume you get your bike out of the trunk and bike your way over there.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does.
You get to the precinct and you walk in and you can immediately hear them. What has happened to our daughter? What has happened? Why isn't anyone giving us more information? What is going on? You can see both two lion vagrants who I will put their images in. Oh, where is Leo? I don't have Leo's downloaded for some reason. see. 1 second. 1 second. Where is it? Okay. Copy. So here's what Leo, the father, looks like in VC camp. He's got this green, like, business suit with a red tie. It comes up. His mane billows out around his head. And his wife next to him, Amal Abimbala, is wearing like this like fur coat type thing, although it's fallen down a little bit because she's got like this fox like thing around her neck. These parents are seem to be doing much better off as far as like just they're wearing much better clothes than their daughter. What it seems, because their daughter's wearing a waitress outfit, you know, for, stuff like that. So with that in mind, you see them there. They seem to be yelling at the cops right now at the precinct. They're trying to calm them down. What do you want to do, Arnold?
What are their names? Like, what's their last name?
Bimbala.
Arnold's gonna walk up to them and say, "Mr. and Mrs. Bimbala."
They turn to you, and Leo looks to you, looks to his wife, and she speaks first. Yes?
Hi. My name is Arnold Gaines with Waterproof Papers. I just wanted to ask you a few questions about the incident. First off, I want to say that I'm terribly sorry about your loss. It's horrible, and I wish I was there to save her life, but unfortunately I wasn't. I have a firearm now. And he pulls out the gun, and he puts
They immediately back off away from you.
Hey,
Hawthorne, you're not here right now. Remember, you guys are split it up.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You see, the firearm is put away, and put back in its holster by someone grabs your hand, and you notice it's Chief Billow Barnfish. Chief Barnfish looks to you and looks to Leo. He shakes his head about the gun and then looks at Leo and Amal and says, Mr. Baker here is helping us with the investigation at the moment. He is currently with the police. However, you don't have to answer any questions that you don't feel comfortable answering at this moment.
No, wait, Chief. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. I just had a few questions regarding the incident. I would like to let you know that I am a temporary officer of the law, and I would require you to answer my questions as honestly as possible. I actually have a testament here that you can put your hand over, and he pulls out a little booklet. And then on the front, it's poorly written. It says Bible.
Behind you, Arnold, the chief is looking at Amal and Leo and just shaking his head. Just like, you don't have to humor him at all.
He's just like, Mr. and Mrs. Bimbala, would you please place your hand on this wonderful parchment here? And he holds it out to them.
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay.
Keep in mind, their daughter has been murdered, okay?
I know. I'm aware. You rolled the fucking 5.
Why are your rolls so bad today? Why are your rolls
They're
so
always
bad?
They're always bad.
Okay, cool. You try, you say this, and they say, Leo says, Leo looks at you, they both look at you, the wife steps forward. I think I'd rather speak with a real officer, thank you very much.
But I am a real officer. Look, man, I just want to help. I want to help the police. Okay.
If you want to help the police, then you'll help them find that felon, Dylan Robeke, or whatever his name is.
Certainly, man. Of course, I'm doing my duty in order to help the police get the right perp so that we can get down to things. And I can write my wonderful
There's
paper.
no question about who the right perp is. It's that dirty tiger. That little striped beast who killed our daughter.
Well, I personally think that she was a victim of circumstance. She was watching
I
a
could
cooking
care less what
show.
you personally believe, Mr. Arnold Baker. What matters to me
Okay.
is what happened. And what happened was my daughter was killed.
Do you know what your daughter was doing on this day, or what perhaps who she should have been seeing at this time?
Amal turns away. She's tearing up. Leo steps forward, puts a hand on her shoulder, and looks to you. Says, "Our daughter works here in New Rest City as a waitress for a fast food restaurant. As far last we heard, we haven't seen her in a long time. Our relationship with our daughter has been a little bit less than stellar. We didn't
Oh?
fully approve of Mr. Ramboki, and from what we've seen today, it seems our suspicions were definitely in the right."
Give me just a moment. I'm writing all of this down.
He gives you a moment. He says, "Our daughter was, well, we're not entirely sure. You see, we'd arrived here. We've been here for about a week, me and my wife. We were partially coming here for me to check on one of my restaurants before we were going to head to Roulette City, for my wife had an event that she was going to go to. While here, however, I visited my daughter, as did my wife. It didn't necessarily end in... There was an argument, and we left on not good terms. This was about 4 days ago. And got the news today that she was murdered. Was it yesterday? The day before? Barnfish comes in. We're pretty sure it was the day before yesterday. And my wife was at the time with me. Could you make a quick insight check for me, Arnold?
Yep. Finally, a good roll.
What'd you get?
Hold on. Let me pull up the fucking sheet, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. Awareness, not insight. My bad.
I rolled a 16.
16 total?
Yeah.
Cool. With a 16, you know that when he's that there is okay. He said they arrived here originally for him to check on a chain restaurant. He also says that his wife was with him around the time that Susan had been murdered. And he also says that they did not get the news until today. One of those pieces of information is a lie. He's lying about something here.
Wait, okay. Say the two events again.
The three things that they are in New Rest City to check on his chain restaurant and to visit their daughter. The second information is that his wife and him were together in their apartment at the time of the murder, around the time of the murder. And the third bit of information is that they didn't find out about the murder until just recently. So one of those is a lie.
So Arnold knows with certainty that something is not adding up, basically.
Yes, something there is not adding up. Something here doesn't make sense.
Okay.
More along the lines of, it's not that you can't tell that there's something, it's not that there's something that doesn't line up yet. It's more along the lines of, based off the way he says it, you kind of pick up like, he didn't say that the same way he said some other thing, like the way he was talking before.
Psychological thing.
Right, a psychological thing. You were picking up more on a psychological thing than anything.
Okay.
But yeah, oh, okay. Give me 2 minutes. I'm getting called.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you're still here, I'll tell you what happened after the today's session. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to, we'll investigate Darcy first. So, oh no, we left a while ago. Gotcha. So Elias, you follow is you leave follow in the car, and you make your way to Landon Middle School, I believe. Let me see. Yes, Landon Middle School, where your wife works, and where you've been told Darcy Persimmon is currently at. What do you do?
I go into the school and kind of, go to the faculty's office and be like, I need to speak with Darcy Persimmons.
You see the principal here at the school goes, "Oh, Mr. Hawthorne, absolutely, yes, of course. One second." And he's, Miss Darcy Persimmon, could you please come to the principal's office, please? And he sits there and waits. He says, "So, Mr. Hawthorne, how are you?"
Well, I'd like to be here on better circumstances, but
Oh,
I'm actually here on work, and your student Darcy may be a suspect.
Darcy, a suspect? What, did she steal something?
I'm afraid it's far worse than that.
He sees like your countenance and he says, "What, like, did she hurt somebody?"
We don't know, but we've come to believe that she was last seen with a murder victim before their demise.
Oh, oh my. I don't know if it accounts for much, but at the very least, I'd like to say that I couldn't see Miss Little Persimmon doing anything of that sort. She's such a sweet little girl.
And I would say the same, but I have to be unbiased in my position.
Yes, of course. Then I understand. And then you hear there. It's like, "Oh, there she is. Come on in, dear." And the door opens, and you see little reptilian Darcy Persimmon. She takes very clearly after her mother, very like yellow, palish look, although there's a light blue, which, though you've never seen her father, well, I'd say you know Celine well enough after all these years that he kind of left them to their own devices.
Yeah, just have a deadbeat.
Yeah, deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
And Darcy sees you and says, "Mr. Hawthorne!" and runs up to you. So it is a middle school, but it's kind of like those middle schools that also has like the younger studies as well. She's about 14.
9?
Hmm?
Like a K through 9?
Yeah, K through 9 pretty much. And she comes in, "Oh, Mr. Hawthorne!" And she rushes up to you and brings you into a big old hug.
Well, hello, Darcy. How are you doing?
I'm doing really great. We had a lot of, I didn't like the mathematics though. We had a lot of mathematics today, and it was they were telling us like 2 + 4. Like they told me 1 - 2 equals -1. Like how can you go below 0? It doesn't make it. She starts rambling. So how does that even make sense? How do you?
I was like, Darcy.
Mhm.
Darcy.
Yes.
Darcy, I need some help from you.
Mm-hmm.
See, a friend of mine was found missing the other day, and we just found her this morning, but she's sleeping for a
Sleep.
very long time.
Oh, okay. Um, is she? Well, does she need help? Like, is she taking she's taking a nap?
Sure. I need to know where you've been for the past couple of days, and if a Miss Umbula sounds familiar to you. Umbilla, Ambi,
Abimbla. Abimbla. She
Abi-
goes. She goes. No. Wait, wait. Isn't she the really? She's the nice waitress at Cheesy Teeth.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Can you tell me if you had seen her, or if you had been interacting with her any time yesterday or the day before that?
Mm, well, I. Well, I did today. No. Yesterday. Right. Uh. So, what day before yesterday? I was walking to school, and I saw, um, what I saw her boyfriend. Uh, while he was really nice. She blushes really slightly. He's like really handsome, and I think like the boys at school, they're all gross and nasty, but he's really nice to everybody. But um he went into, I saw him go in uh with Susan, and then later he came out alone, but he did it twice. It was really cool.
Hmm. What do you mean by twice?
Well, they both went in, and they went up to, I guess I don't know where they went, but I was talking to a friend. We playing a game, and they both went in, and then he came out, and then we were playing our game, and a little bit later he came out again. So I just assumed he went back in. He probably forgot something, but I didn't see him go in.
Can you tell me the time this happened at? I'm like feverishly like typing this down in my data pad and be
Hmm.
like clues to this guy are becoming pretty apparent that he's becoming less innocent.
She goes, well, I don't have a watch, but it was around. It was I had lunch, and we were looking, and we were just playing outside the building, and I saw him, and he like they both went in, and then he came out, and then he came out again, but he was wearing a hoodie a second time.
Hmm. So you're saying this is around lunchtime? Do you usually have lunch around noon, or
I usually do, yeah. I go to mama's, and we have some pizza together on lunch. Uh, Plus we had a half day at school, so I came home early.
I ask I asked the principal what time half day uh ends.
He says, half day actually. He says, well, half day ends a little bit before lunch, so she usually would have enough time to get home, uh, if she a little bit about an hour or two before noon.
Okay, so about 10 o'clock. Did you play with your friend before you had lunch or after you had lunch?
After, that's why I had to take a little break because my stomach was hurting.
Okay, so about 1,
Mm-hmm.
possibly 2. All right. Um, Darcy,
Mm-hmm.
would it be all right if I call your mom and we go and chat at my work, and we can hang out and possibly wait till Lana comes over and bring you dinner?
She's questioning it at first until you say dinner. She says, "Can we have donuts?"
Sure.
Yay! She says yes. And the principal kind of just gives you a nod, like, "Yeah, I get what's going on. That's fine." He knows you as well, so it's like he's not worried.
Yeah, and so after that, I kind of call Celine, let her catch her up on everything, and let her know what needs to be happening, and to assure that her daughter's not going to be, hurt or anything. Just needs to come in for further questioning.
Nice. So you head back. You're heading back to the precinct. Real quick, Chase headed off, right? Is Sid still here?
I think Sid went to the restroom, maybe?
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Because I kind of want to. Let me see. Yo, bro.
I am here,
Oh, you're
but
still
I'm
here?
not at home.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
We're probably gonna end the
I have
session.
my I have my sheet. I have my sheet pulled up though, so I'm still in the game.
Gotcha. Well, let's finish your little talk with Leo and Amal real quick. Then,
Let me pull over.
See. Actually, let me see. Yeah, Chase is making dinner. I think this would probably be a good place to stop it for now. We can continue it next week. Real quick. So, with that being said, so we have follow. I believe he was in the car, so he's with you, Elias. Yeah, and Arnold, you're talking to Leo and Amal. I'm actually gonna say right there is probably we're gonna cut it off for now. So you guys are heading. You guys are about to reconvene once more. But the last thing, as you're driving towards the precinct, Elias, you hear as a very loud alarm goes off, a very familiar alarm. And you hear a big voice over the speaker. Everyone, please go into your houses. We are going to dip. We are about to submerge. Repeat. This message will repeat until all have entered their buildings. In essence, the island is about to dip, which basically means that the island in about 10-15 minutes is going to go underwater. So Elias, as you reach the police precinct, you head inside. Celine gets there. And Arnold, you hear this alarm. You've heard this alarm as well, Arnold, in the past. This has happened plenty of times before. And as this happens, you guys can look. You see out the windows, the doors. Everything's shut up. Everything is loaded. Everything like oxygen. You can hear like now being put through like this the ventilation systems, and everyone's shutting their doors. You see some like a homeless guy getting invited into a random like apartment a complex before they shut the doors and everything. And you hear, and as you guys enter the buildings, the cars are all locked down, vehicles are all locked down, and you hear the alarm go off one more time. All right, the island is now submerging. I repeat, the island is now submerging. You hear the waves as the water begins to rise, and you see the edge of the windows as water rises up outside of the police precinct. And within about 15-20 minutes, the entire island of New Rest City has been submerged underwater. So you guys are indoors right now, and that, my friends, is where we will leave off today's session. Now, for anyone wondering, there is a chance that the footage was corrupted. And for some, so you might only see half an episode here today, which is still an hour long, with a bit of a gap. Apologies for that. But with that being said, thank you everybody for coming here today. Once again, I'm your Galaxy Master, Best Frog. We host these sessions every week, so tune in next week for the next episode. We have Officer Hawthorne, played by Pandaman, Officer Follow, played by Chase, and Arnold Baker, played by Sid. Hope you guys liked the pan cam for some of the roles, although I don't know if you could actually see them or not. But with that, thank you for watching, and yeah, have a nice day.